Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi, Batra, and this is a special edition where we're going to be understanding how good or bad can the monsoon be in India this time around. Remember, we've been speaking to weather experts over the last few months, and we've been looking at several predictions that have been made by the IMD and the Skymet as well. There has been a difference initially where the IMD said that there could be a normal monsoon this time around. The Skymet, on the other hand, predicted a below normal rainfall as well. What has happened today is that Skymet has also given out this image, which you can find on your screens, where it is indicated that a large portion of the main heartland of India is expected to face extreme dry conditions or parched conditions. Now, what does it really mean for the monsoon rainfall? How will it affect the crops? And what does it mean for farmers and the economy at large is something that we are going to be understanding. Joining me to discuss this further is a very special guest. Mr. GP Sharma joins in. He's the President of Meteorology and Climate Change Department at Skymet. Welcome, sir, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion. Well, first up, I wanted to take your understanding from this image that has been put out by Skymet today, where on the India map, a large portion of the main heartland of India is shown all in red. First of all, help all our viewers understand what does this image really tell us and what should we understand from it?
Image tells us spatial distribution of rainfall during this period. That is a 4-week period. It's largely month of June and also first week of July till 6th of July.
Okay.
This is the image between 9th of June to 6th of July. Okay. This is an extended forecast which is worked out based on the numerical models, giving a projection of likely weather conditions and the rainfall amounts quantitatively over different parts of the country. And as we see, it's a little alarming as far as the western, central parts, even northern parts are concerned, extending to even cover some eastern parts also in this. Rainfall are likely to be well below the norm. As it is, we know monsoon made a delayed start.
Yeah.
And after the start also, it's a little submissive, okay, very weak, where it matters most. Along the coast, it is progressed, all right. But then that's not all. Monsoon is all about reaching the interiors and giving decent and sufficient showers where they need the most. And that is where it's lagging, okay. The distribution which we are given for the month, it is a combination of both the monsoon factors also based on the cyclone which we had and also the El Nino projections which were given. Skymet had given subpar monsoon during the season 2023. Right in the month of January itself, we had given that forecast. Okay. Then comprehensive forecast, of course, that was given in the month of April, mid-April, when we said that it's going to be below normal on account of various factors. Okay. And this is almost a confirmation of that the month of June is likely to be poorer than what earlier also we expected. And the northern parts, in any case, monsoon arrives later, but then by 15th of June, most parts of Maharashtra, even parts of Telangana, most parts of Odisha, half of Bihar, Jharkhand, that gets covered. And that's nearing. Today is 12th. Another 3 days. Okay. But the monsoon, the pace at which it is moving a little sluggish, so we don't expect it to pick up that also. So it's going to remain a little largely slower than what it should be. So the rains obviously will be lesser than what is expected and what are desired out as well. Okay.
So correct. It's a little Mr. Sharma, does it also indicate that the chances of El Nino, which you have warned us earlier, are they going to get aggravated? And if yes, then how will it affect the monsoon progress going forward?
See, El Nino always, it's not very kind, most occasions. Okay, as we have seen in the past, at least in this century, starting with 2002, 4, 9, 14, 15, even 18 also, it didn't spare us even on a single occasion. Okay, and this time is not going to be different. Okay, so we feel that, and it's a strong El Nino, it's building up. There is always a lag between the El Nino pinnacle and its peak impact on the rainfall activity and other things. There is a lag. So you can take that lag almost to about the extent of about 2 to 3 weeks. El Nino is already started. but
Okay.
then its impact, possibly the peak impact we are seeing now also, but I feel it may worsen in the coming days. And then we have a anxious moments for various sectors, including the farming, which we are talking about. It's a crucial time, difficult time for the farmer to decide. It is a crucial month of sowing, deciding on the crop cycle also, which one to go for. So it's a
Correct.
very crucial decision which the farmer possibly will have to take. Yeah.
Right. You're mentioning these tough times. I wanted to take this a little further to understand from this model portfolio, the model map that you have shared with us and the forecast that you have shared. Does it, and where you've mentioned that a lot of parts of India are going to be facing extreme dry conditions, parched conditions. What are the chances of a drought, if at all?
In a forecast which we gave in the month of April, 60% chances we have given combined below normal plus drought. Okay, so that is the from where you can gauge that what is the possibility. 20% per se we had gone that time for drought conditions also, 40% below normal. Okay, there is a very thin line between below normal and drought. If it is a 9.9% shortfall, it is a below normal. If it is a 10%, more than 10%, it goes into drought. So it the course correction, whenever we give, we always wait for some time. Skymet
Correct.
waits at least about 40-45 days in case a course correction is needed, that the things are worsening, a fresh update is to be given. That is the time when we give. Otherwise, we have given the forecast of below normal, and in that,
Sure.
we have given 60% chances of below normal plus drought. Okay. We have
Yes.
gone for a poorer monsoon without any doubt.
Yes.
Okay. And that stands. And in case it is going to worsen, fresh update will be given after observing for about a month and a half or so, still some time. So we will
Okay.
issue the forecast. Yes.
Okay. So, how alarming is the situation for farmers as of now? You did say that a lot of parts are dependent heavily at this point in time to sow crucial crops at this point. Which are the crops, that may get affected? What does the current situation mean for farmers in India?
There are two things. One is the crop, one is the area. Okay. Your core monsoon area. Core monsoon area means which largely depends on the monsoon rains, which is the central parts of the country. Complete Maharashtra forms a part of that. Even parts of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, going further up, even parts of Bihar and Jharkhand. But central parts, they are largely dependent on monsoon rains. 50% of your the yield or the grains or the crops or the output that comes from this, that is the
Yeah.
central and the western parts, which are definitely at a big risk at this point of time of having a decent rainfall. Okay, particularly the core monsoon months, July and August, they are very crucial. But here, the starting season, June itself, is taking toll, and
Yeah.
it is becoming poorer and poorer. So obviously, it's a very difficult situation for the farmers to decide on the sowing. When does he start? Which crop does he start with? There are some crops which are very heavily consume water. Okay,
Yeah.
like though the paddy season is over now in
Yeah.
Rabi, but then the paddy requires more rain. But some parts of the country still they sow rice also
Okay. Okay.
during this period. They will that crop needs very heavy amount of water. Similarly, sugarcane needs a lot of water. So
Correct.
these crops obviously they cannot sustain with this type of a distribution which is likely during this season. So either the crop is to be changed, crop cycle is to be decided, or you have to find some other resources of irrigation. Okay, state sponsored, individual. You have to go in for that. Yes.
Okay. So, what does it mean for the inflation levels in case the farmers have to continue to face this kind of a sluggish movement of the progress of monsoons? What will it mean? Because, the inflation levels had just started to ebb a little, giving some relief to the citizens. Even today, the headline inflation that we have got for the month of May CPI is at a 19-month low of 4.23%. It's come in much lower than before. It has the May CPI food inflation is at 2.91%. And this time around it has actually fallen from the previous levels as well. It has come in at 4.23%. Your own sense of, in fact, it is at a 25 months low now. That is the information that I am getting in. So they had the inflation levels had continuously started to ebb. What does this current, information from Skymet really mean or augur for inflation levels going forward from here?
See, even the initial indicators, when they start coming on account of the poor monsoon, the inflation starts picking up, okay, quite naturally, because the things are at risk. The crops, they start with preparing the field and sowing part. Sowing is done only in anticipation of some good rainfall if it is expected. If that is not coming, it remains indecisive that when to sow, what to sow. So it's a very crucial, I will say, at the moment for the farmer to go on that. And the more and more the rain becomes a deficit in terms of the spread and intensity, the more inflationary market it becomes. Okay,
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
naturally, because the moment the things are indecisive, it will take a toll and inflation will go up. And particularly the type of crop which we would like to sow, that may not happen. That decide the farmer may decide to change the crop cycle. Okay, because it is very difficult to sustain this for a 4 month period, 4 month long period of monsoon. So therefore, it may be some alternate crop of having a shorter cycle and lesser requirement of rainfall that may be thought of. Okay, so these are the alternatives. Though at the moment it's a very fluid situation, I will say, very volatile conditions at the
Correct.
moment prevailing, and very difficult for the farmers to take a call as to what to do.
Sure,
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah.
Mr. Sharma, which are the key states, which are the key geographies that are likely to get impacted the most as per your latest forecast, sir?
Intrinsically, the El Nino impacts more the central parts, western parts, and the northern parts. Southern parts, generally, they are spared a bit. The northeastern parts also, they are spared, but northeast parts, as it is, they have plenty of rainfall. So even a shortfall of 10, 15, 20% may not matter much, but then it strikes heavily the central parts, western parts, and the northern parts, which include the areas of Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, even going further eastward, parts of Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Bihar, and northwest India, in any case, Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Rajasthan. It is definitely comes in its purview. Okay, these are the pocket which will be at risk, big risk. Yes.
Right. Lastly, Mr. Sharma, when are you going to come out with the next formal forecast of yours? I mean, because you said that, 45 days of a period is when you wait before confirming what your earlier predictions are. When do we expect that next now? And what do we expect in that prediction now?
As I told you, there is a lag between El Nino process and its impact. Obviously, the El Nino has started, but its impact will be seen clearly only after a gap of about within, I will say, about 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. So, and in any case, it are the early days at the moment. So there is no point in pressing a panic button at this stage
Okay,
itself. We have
okay,
to wait
okay,
and watch. So
okay.
that we will take a call accordingly, as I told you. And course correction, whenever we give, it's always towards some last days of July or so.
Oh, okay.
And then that's the time when we intend to give. Yes.
Okay, till that time you will be waiting and watching to progress as of now as to how it develops. But for now, what stands confirmed is below normal rainfall. Again, you said that there is a thin line between below normal and then drought as well. But you will be watching out for the situation. Currently, you do say that June, which is a crucial month for the sowing of several crops for farmers, it is going to be a tough one and they are going to face a tough situation as of now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Well, many thanks, Mr. Sharma, for being with us on the show and sharing with us all this very important insight that, of course, affects citizens, farmers, and the economy at large as well. Always a pleasure having you with us on Business Today TV to get us more insight as to how do we expect the southwest monsoon to progress from here on.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.